Here we are, yeah, yet again, Royal Enfield. Marvellous, eh? Look at that old bullet, that's marvellous, isn't it? But look what I'm on. Interceptor. Again, I know, it's incredible. Except, I've got Mrs TAYM on the back. Yeah, 2 up. Carrying on our 2 up tests. Yeah, marvellous, eh? So we'll get down the road and I'll see how it changes. Oh, best turn it on, aren't I? Yeah, marvellous. Oh, there we go, look at that. Right, here we go. Oh, what a beautiful sound. Now, watch this car. It seems like a donkey's years since I've been out on the Interceptor. And it does seem this has done 580 miles now. Yeah, 580 miles. So I can't really go too mad with it, can I? No. But what I'll say straight away, very smooth. Doesn't feel any different from what I remember for having Mrs TAYM on. But I think if I compare it to the T100 or Wendy or anything like that, yeah, no, it's completely neutral to the fact that Mrs TAYM is on the back. So I'll be interested to see how the brakes are affected, how the handling's affected. Usual stuff. I'm not going to do, well, I say usual stuff, it's not going to be usual. No, I'm not going to do the Suffolk road test in the usual manner. Yes, we're going to go and see the cone, but there's roadworks going on all over the place and I don't want to get stuck in them. No. So we'll see what comes. I might do a little bit of the Suffolk road, but we will do Madinley. Yeah. So into the first roundabout, first touch of the brakes. What do they feel like? Absolutely splendiferous, I can tell you. Handling just turns in, just as they always do, whether you're on your own or not. Look at that, marvellous. Mickey Mouse mirrors, 2 round clocks, switch gear, just everything where you'd expect it to be. Works just fine. Yeah, marvellous. Into the roundabout and out of the roundabout, just handles absolutely fine, makes no never mind. Pull on the throttle and we're off. Yeah, marvellous. So we'll go down here, Madinley it says, that's where we'll go. Yeah, watch out for this cyclist. So what we'll do is we'll go down here and then we'll go up to the cone. Yeah, very different, isn't it? But oh, this is a bee's knees, isn't it? This Interceptor, I do enjoy this. Gap Bandit. Yeah, he's got 2. He likes them so much, he's got 2. One for his city bike with loud pipes on and stuff, in Spectre Silver, I think it's called. Yeah, and the sun-kissed orange one. But this is just marvellous. Suspension a little firmer, feels a little firmer, might be bottoming out there with a big heffalump on the back, I don't know, but I haven't adjusted it again, so it'll, you know, they've got a little bit of adjustment, So obviously you could ordinarily do that. We're down to 30. Marvellous. So we'll turn up here, and I'll just go up the Cambridge Road. Here we go. Oh, listen to that, it is so smooth, isn't it? We'll stop at the cone first, though I think we do stop at the cone second. I think I'm going to go up the road a little bit and then come back. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because Mrs TAYM, she hasn't had long enough on the back to pass judgment, but I'll be intrigued to see what she thinks of this. Does it make any difference on the handling at all, or on the acceleration? A little bit on the suspension, I would say it's made a bit of a difference, but I think that probably needs some adjustment. Yeah, that's what I'd say, but it does sound marvellous. I'll just find a good place to turn around and go back to the cone now. If I can find a good place to turn around. Missed a bit there, could have turned around there, but I'll turn around here instead. Yeah, marvellous. There we go, no traffic behind. Look at that beautiful countryside. What could be better? Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 in the English. No, let me correct it. The Cambridgeshire countryside. Yeah, marvellous. So, slow manoeuvring when you've got two up, it's easy. Yeah, because, you know, you wouldn't want to be losing your balance, would you? But here we go. Back down the Cambridgeshire Road. I'll be intrigued to see what Mrs TAYM thinks. Yeah, be marvellous. I'll also be intrigued to see what the cone thinks. So while since the cone's in the Interceptor, as far as I know, unless someone else has been down with it and presented it to the cone for inspection on a test ride, maybe, I don't know. It does go well, these Interceptors. Oh. It's marvellous, isn't it? And the sun's come out. I don't know if you've noticed that. I've arrived in Cambridgeshire and the sun's come out. It's marvellous. Here we are, here's the cone. Let's see what he thinks of the Interceptor. Mrs TAYM's trying to get off before I'm stationary. Yeah, marvellous. Let's just have a little look. No doubt Mrs TAYM will wander off and look in the field or something. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's have a look. Gosh, she's there picking blackberries or something. No, they're not blackberries.
They are.
Are they? Oh, so they are. Oh, lovely. I thought they were elderberries.
Elderberries as well.
Oh, elderberries as well. There you go. Marvellous. Interceptor. What a picture that makes. Look. Beautiful. So let's have a look. Here we are. Look at that. Mrs TAYM. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Twin cylinder, exhaust each side. What do you make of it? Round headlamp, Mickey Mouse mirrors, round clocks. What's it like to be on the back of?
It's good. It's really comfortable. It's got really soft suspension.
It has got soft suspension. Some might say a little bit too soft.
Not when you're on the back.
Not when you're on the back?
No.
Ah, marvellous.
Some of them you go over a bump and it nearly knocks the teeth out, but this is just lovely, it just bounce.
Yeah, so there you go. I think the suspension, yeah, it's on its softest. It's on its softest. It could go up, I reckon. Yeah, so it could be made a bit better. So from a handling point, Mrs TAYM, what I'm saying to the viewers is, you see, it's a bit too soft for the handling. It probably needs just to come up a little bit, which wouldn't affect you too much.
What does it do for you riding it then, if it's too soft?
Well, it makes it a bit squirmy when you're trying to get around corners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's only a little bit. It's no, never mind.
It doesn't sound wonderful. It's very nice, but it doesn't sound exciting.
It's quiet, isn't it?
It's quiet.
You see, that's what I've been saying. But I've got a mate, Gatban Dirk, in Thailand. He's got 2 of these, and he's put exhausts on them that sound splendiferous.
Yeah.
So you can, and they're very cheap. They're very cheap. They're cheap to buy, and the exhaust, the parts for them, are not expensive.
They look nice. It does look nice.
It does. It's splendiferous. They do them in better colours. You wait till you see some of them. I'll show you when we go back. But yeah, it's not a bad looking bike. She's not a bad looking wife. What do you think, Cone?
Not a bad looking cone.
Yeah, Cone. Yeah, oh, he's easily flattered. He's easily flattered. Did you see how that Mrs TAYM got in there and flattered the cone?
Was that your Pims?
It's not my Pims.
Okay. Not when you were here before?
No,
okay.
I don't drink Pims. Except for when the tennis is on. But there you go. Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Does it get the thumbs up as a... thumbs up from a pillion?
Oh, definitely.
Marvellous. Right, let's get back on the road and we'll do Maddenley quickly. Yeah, marvellous. So, let's get back on the road. So, you know the routine by now. We're off through Maddenley. Yeah, marvellous. Good. I tell you what, every time, I've said this before, I think last time I rode it, every time I ride the Interceptor I like it more and more. I do. And knowing that it's no problem to up is obviously a good thing, isn't it? It can't be a bad thing. So, you know, Maddenley, bumpy road. Oh, you know what, I'm not going to say it, you say it in your head, yeah? I bet you can't help yourselves, yeah? You know, dum 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 dum, yeah? I will say, 3 Horseshoes, nice pub, lovely in there, yeah, marvellous. And I'm still not getting paid by them. I know, ridiculous, isn't it? I'm not getting paid by University of Cambridge either. No, marvellous. Oh, I think the engine does sound lovely. It's just quiet. I think that's what Mrs TAYM was getting at. It's quiet. It's not exciting, she described it as. Well, that's quiet, isn't it? Come on then, Mr. Range Rover. Oh, it is marvellous. Oh, marvellous machine. Yeah, brakes absolutely fine for 2-up. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be racing around, but you wouldn't want to be racing around anyway, would you? Not with your precious cargo on. No. But there we go. Look at that. It's just so smooth. Gearbox, smooth as anything. Suspension, like I say, I think it's on the bottom set. It needs lifting up a little bit for tour, but there you go. I haven't lifted it up, and it's acceptable. It won't be the end of the world to me if this is what it was like. Yeah, marvellous. 30 miles an hour into Madingley, over the bumpy road. 30, Mr Interceptor. I don't know what you would call it, Interceptor. I haven't thought of a name. I feel bad for not giving it a name. Part of me wants to call it Ian, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Ian Hughes. Yeah, marvellous. I don't know. I can't call it Ian, can I? No. Either they're terrible. Yeah, that'd do. Bumpy road. And it really is just like Mrs TAYM's not there. When we get, because I'm going a different route, we can go straight on here and maybe just open it up a little bit. Won't open it up too much. See how it pulls to up. Yeah. Oh, it says 40. Didn't know it was 40. Oh, there's not 40 though. So there we go. Oh, doesn't affect the pull at all. Oh, marvellous. Very smooth. Very smooth bike. I don't like to go fast past Hursts. I don't know why. Are you the same? Before we get back there, quickly through the senses. Taste, you know. Smell. Smells marvellous. No smell of burning oil or anything like that. Just smells like a new bike. To look at. It's very classical, isn't it? It's bloody marvellous. It is. Yeah, it's like what a motorbike should be. Yeah, that's what I'd say about that. Bloody marvellous. Maybe even, well, splendiferous even. Yeah. Sound. Yeah, sounds okay. Needs more noise. Yeah, the actual sound is splendiferous, but it just needs turning up a notch or two. Yeah, and I know that can be done. I've heard it, I've seen it. Yeah. And of course, to touch, it's we've been watched by those cones. It's quality. It is. I know. I mean, look at this bar and everything, and this shiny. It just feels fantastic. Yeah, fandabidozy. And then the Sixth Sense. How does it make me feel? It makes me feel special. Yeah, that's what it does. That old Royal Enfield magic comes out and sucks you in and makes you feel part of the machine, like almost like it's not a machine, it's just alive. Yeah, they do it every time. And you know, for the money, I mean, I'm just putting my visor up. Yeah. You can't beat it, can you? I don't think there is anything to beat them. There isn't. Look at that, sun-kissed orange one, marvellous. Oh, it's just splendiferous to be out on a Royal Enfield, even if it is a bit chilly today. And it is a bit chilly, I can tell you that. We've gone from like 25 to about 15 degrees. Yeah, sun's gone in as well now, but now I've got to give it back. Royal Enfield warms your heart, but when you've got to give them back, you've got to give them back. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to show Mrs TAYM those new ones in that workshop there. Marvellous. Here we go. And there's splendiferous green. Yeah, of course we've got to do that at some point as well, haven't we? Marvellous. Gonna get off, Mrs TAYM. There we go. Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Guess what? It's got a centre stand. I know. Marvellous, isn't it? Mrs TAYM, any final words? No. Comfy? Mm-hmm. Any issues? Legs okay? Not too cramped? No. Grab rail to hang on to? So, battery died, so I'll just finish that off. I can't remember what I was asking you, Mrs TAYM. What was I saying? Anything I wanted to say, and I said no. You said no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Splendiferous.